It really amazes me how COD fans are coping or defending a game like Black Ops 7. Because this game's launch, it needs to be studied, man. And a video like this isn't meant to be a go play Battlefield 6 since it's better or go play Arc Raiders. It's about the hilarious catastrophe that is Black Ops 7 and how they managed to release the worst sequel to possibly one of the best titles, which was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So let's talk about it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a plethora of subjects when it comes to the game direction, Black Ops 7's marketing, Logan Paul being introduced to the game.
Bad, it's not good, it's simply okay.
What the fuck? The introduction of AI within the development of Call of Duty games, and lastly, how this company is ruining their entire reputation from just not understanding their audience or fan base, or just general game direction. First off, let's talk about Microsoft. Now, if there's one thing to know about Microsoft is that they love AI. They want AI to be in every one of their softwares they push out, like Office products. You got Copilot literally being shoved down your throat. Every time you install Office or anytime you use an Office app, you got Microsoft Copilot just standing right there staring at you. It's just really annoying, and I only say that because I see it on a daily basis. I work with Microsoft products all the time. And of course, when it comes to the gaming atmosphere and Microsoft owning Activision Blizzard now, they are really pushing for the implementation of AI to be a part of the development of their games to reduce workload and obviously, and a more important and unfortunate case, not having to pay their workers for, you know, doing the work. In 2019 was the first instance of 900 employees being laid off from the company, and this was a huge indicator of a massive storm coming. The reason for the layoffs as well was because, and I quote, Activision Blizzard cited the need to restructure and focus on the core franchises such as Call of Duty, Candy Crush, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but remember that event for Diablo when they were showing off their mobile game and the entire crowd was just silent?
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah. Really was just an interesting time. But anyways, not to get sidetracked, in 2021, there was 190 employees laid off in March and approximately 12 employees laid off in December, which were QA testers at Raven Software. You know, the people that actually test the games, make sure they work, make sure they're functional, get rid of the bugs, they find the bugs. They got rid of those. They got rid of those people. And in 2024, we got another massive layoff list of 1,900 employees. Just imagine that. 1,900 individual people got laid off. And you know why? Because after Microsoft purchased Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, Phil Spencer, the CEO of Microsoft, thought this would be necessary to do and achieve a sustainable cost structure. Why, of course. Why not fire the people that make the games? What an easy solution. We'll just use AI and make even better games than those people. It can't be that bad. Now, I'm not a guru when it comes to the background of Phil Spencer and his philosophy for what Microsoft as a mega corporation needs to achieve or maintain its success, but I'm sure just because the company had to spend a chunk of change to purchase Activision Blizzard, it doesn't mean that laying off the employees of that company will help it keep its success. It is literally the first domino that leads to failure. It's just completely unrealistic. And speaking of unrealistic, let's talk about Black Ops 7, one of the biggest Call of Duties ever. If you're a chill guy just like me, you may notice that Black Ops 7, when it comes to their advertisement, has been pushed out the wazoo. You cannot escape it, whether you're on your TV, YouTube, Amazon, you name it. And I'm not talking about your typical gaming trailers and advertisements. You got streamers promoting the game, Monster, Little Caesars. This shit's fucking everywhere. And I mean, it's kind of normal because they are with these brands. But I feel like especially this year when it came to Black Ops 7, it was just shoved down your throat. Like they wanted everyone, they wanted your grandma to know that Black Ops 7 was coming out. Not to get sidetracked, but this is related to the topic of marketing, but NickMercs, who has created a ton of Fortnite content back in the day and started to focus more on Call of Duty content within the past 5 years, starting in 2020 during the COVID shutdown period when Warzone was extremely popular. He released this video on his TikTok, and in my opinion, this video just really seems out of touch, and it doesn't paint the bigger idea or the bigger picture when it comes to Call of Duty, especially when it comes to their advertisement. Just for full context, here is the video, and the title of this video is called The Harsh Truth About Call of Duty.
All right, let me tell you something. Harsh reality, heads in. How many of you are, let's say, over 21? This is the hard part. Ready? You don't matter anymore, man. Everybody in this month is who's been playing Call of Duty for 15 years. We've seen the best days. We've seen the worst. It's over, man. They don't care about your dumb no more. I know. I'm sorry. This is real raw, right to the point, man. This is what you don't want to hear. You don't want to believe it. You've been thinking it. Every year, a plethora of little 13-year-old little warriors begin to play Call of Duty. They know that you on your way out, man. You don't matter. You got to go to work, bro. You got responsibilities, man. They care about the kids because the kids are going to play the game a lot more than your dumb is going to play the game. And they're going to make a lot more money off that kid than they're going to make off you, because that kid is going to find your credit card. And that kid is going to want that Godzilla skin. He's going to want that Family Guy skin. He's going to want all of it. Are you? No, you're not. But your kid, he wants that. And he's going to buy it. These dickheads are already making Call of Duty Black Ops 9. And they're making the skins for it. It used to be 100 people that were making the game. 80 of them are making the game. 20 are doing the cosmetics. Now, 80 of them are making cosmetics. 20 of them are making the game. That's it. And that's a situation that we're in. That is why Call of Duty's not going anywhere.
Now, I do understand where NickMercs is coming from when it comes to these Call of Duty skins, gun skins, when it seems like it's really being catered towards younger audiences or kids, especially like you got this unicorn skin, you got this roller coaster skin for your gun. But the truth or reality of it is, it's not meant or catered towards kids. Call of Duty isn't advertised for kids. As much as people hate to hear that, that is the truth. Reality check, if you want to call it that. Because their game or franchise has been ruined with these skins and really dumb microtransactions that really do seem out of touch for an older audience or their main audience. The argument that there are 13-year-olds playing this game all day long is so invalid as well, because guess what, NickMercs? I was that kid playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in 5th or 6th grade when the game came out, and guess what? It's still the same from back then as it is now. That is always going to happen no matter what. There are going to be kids playing the game, but to say that the game or Call of Duty is especially advertising or catering these skins for those kids is completely false. The approach to advertisement has changed and evolved through time, and now, since they want to broaden their audience with weird unicorn guns and the cat cafe, it just doesn't hit home with a lot of the OG players. And that's where a lot of people, or the players, get frustrated in the first place. I also don't know where he's pulling these numbers from when it comes to the development team, and that there are 80 people in the cosmetics team and 20 people in the actual game development team. It just sounds like the game didn't resonate with him, and because of that, he's pushing this kind of toxic ideology that the game or company doesn't care about you, an older individual. Advertisements and cosmetics has evolved. There are going to be outlandish things like this. It's just natural. And unironically enough, since NickMercs came from Fortnite, the game that literally introduced the Battle Pass concept, that concept has been in every Call of Duty since Black Ops 4 and beyond. And even since the introduction of the Battle Pass, you have seen these outlandish cosmetics. And guess what? Even in Black Ops 2, when they first introduced cosmetics, it was still outlandish. You could get bacon. You could literally get a bacon skin wrapped around your gun. The main point is that nowadays it's a shame because Call of Duty really focuses on pushing cosmetics down your throat. Every time you open the game, you're gonna get something from the store marketplace. This is what really annoys people, and it doesn't feel like COD cares about the gaming experience or the user experience. It feels like they're just focusing on getting those dollars from people. As I said, the approach to advertisement has changed and evolved through time, and I'm sure they need to get their money back because on Xbox, you can get Call of Duty free from the Xbox Game Pass. I'm sure they lost a lot of money just because of that aspect alone. A lot of the stuff I mentioned as well is internal gaming advertisement for what they're pushing. But then you got outside advertisement, and it's also just been crazy. The multiplayer reveal was, in my opinion, very lackluster, but we did get this iconic moment from the streamer popping off and making a fool out of himself.
They're playing Fiend! COD is back! Look at the reload!
In FaZe Swag's video as well, he reacted to the trailer twice. One is rage bait and one is his normal reaction. I'm sorry, you're a grown man. Why are you trying to rage bait people? It's so dumb. The campaign, oh my god, let's just wait till I get there. The zombies looks really cool until I learned that we're getting the same characters again. So we need the person from the lore axe to just come sing a song because we we have the same characters from a different version of these characters from a different universe version of the OG crew with our crew from Black Ops 6. It just, like, why? But let's just take one things at a time and talk about the campaign. John Zook and Miles Leslie are the creative directors for Black Ops 7 campaign and had their own specific role for how they wanted it to play out for their users. John Zook's focus was on the mind-bending story, and Miles Leslie wanted to create this setting so players can go into this world of fear. In an interview with John Zook, when asked about the campaign, he said this, and I quote, "The campaign will blur the line between reality, memories, and hallucinations, and will keep players guessing what's real and what isn't." And oh my god, I hate to tell you this, but what you see right now within the campaign, see this boss fight, this is real. This is real. I thought this was supposed to be a joke. The focused and shift of gameplay for this is abysmally out of touch. You don't even have an option to pause the game anymore. You can get kicked out of your single player campaign game if you need to go to the washroom. Like, I'm sure you've heard this all before, but it's abysmally terrible design. Also, just as a side note, I always see a picture on Facebook or some social media of some gaming article saying Call of Duty is the most played game on console, and the picture is of the Harper boss fight from the campaign. But are you rage baiting me? Look at this picture they use. So many gaming articles use this picture. It has to be rage bait. It's literally the Pog face, the iconic Pog face you always see online if you've ever been on the internet. And on top of this, the writing for the campaign is hilariously bad. One of the most popular clips as well I've seen is that you can play as this character called Razor for a short bit, and then he just suddenly turns bad and we fight him. And then there's obviously the iconic Harper boss fight, which it's so bad. It seems that even new and returning COD players are baffled about this. The changes to Call of Duty are just so horrendous and out of touch, and I don't blame Call of Duty for this since now they're under Microsoft. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, it's because Activision has confirmed they are using generative AI tools to help develop some of the assets. Some in big quotes, I want to say, because we don't know the grand scale of what they're actually using for the in-game assets. At least right now at this time. And I can guarantee that this is being heavily pushed by Microsoft themselves as a way to be able to implement these systems and refine their tools through time. But the thing that's extremely sad about this is because Call of Duty's extremely short life cycle, they don't have the time to refine those tools. And this is going to sound like a hot take, but for someone like me, I do like AI. And I think if you're able to use the tool properly, it's really not that bad. But that's the thing, when you're able to use it properly. Clearly Call of Duty, since being under Microsoft, is having AI shoved down their throats. They don't understand how to fully utilize, refine these tools to their fullest capabilities. I think with Black Ops 7, you can see a lot of ideas, but they're not even half-baked ideas. They're not even a quarter of the way there. They're just concepts, but because of that short life cycle, they just have to push it out because they need to make something. I really do feel bad for the developers because they're not able to use their regular practices when creating games. But with all that being said, let's talk about the multiplayer, which I don't mind when a game has a throwback to an old title like Nuketown, which, if you don't know, has been added into different Call of Duty titles 8 fucking times. It's not really that exciting when you have the same map remastered 8 different times. And on top of that, they're also going to be reintroducing or reimagining some of the other Black Ops 2 maps just for nostalgic effects. I'm not against when they remake or reimagine things, but within the last 4 Call of Duty games, it really seems like they really push for nostalgia. The main marketing aspect is nostalgia, and it sucks because you want something new and they might only give you one new map. Woohoo! 1 new map, 3 reuse sloppy assets. Also, something I wanted to speak about when it comes to the Call of Duty multiplayer is that it doesn't feel like it's catered towards a general demographic, such as adults or young adults. It's meant for streamers and online personalities. The game's movement looks like something from Apex Legends with all this wall running and omni movement, and I would have never thought a day in my life I would have said that a Call of Duty multiplayer looks like Apex fucking Legends. Also, a lot of people seem to be making of the Cat Cafe in multiplayer, and I understand where they're coming from. Call of Duty doesn't seem to be resonating with their audience anymore because who asked for a cat cafe to be within a COD game? I personally don't have an issue with this since I'm always open to ideas, and if the execution is well done, then what are people complaining about? This is also the same when you go online and see players poking fun at the development team, and more specifically, this picture. Who cares if the development team has girls in it? It's unfortunate that these people are taking in the heat since they are just doing what they're told from their their lead director. And not only that, but Call of Duty keeps going in circles for their actual game direction. Remember the fatigue after Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare where players wanted boots on the ground again? So we got that, and then it kept getting more advanced again and again, and here we are in this dystopian world with nonsensical shit. I can make a bet that within 1 or 2 more Call of Duty games, we're going to be back at straight boots on the ground nonsense, and it will just restart. There's nothing else specifically I have to say about the multiplayer. I really feel like it's more catered towards streamers and those online personalities especially. And to be honest, I hope streamers have a fun time for the first couple weeks before the game dies. Deep in my heart is a special place for zombies, and each year as Call of Duty titles pass by, it grows smaller and smaller. I feel like the Grinch, but instead of Christmas, it's Call of Duty, and instead of a happy ending, my heart just keeps on growing smaller and hatred keeps on growing. Because I don't understand the game direction. I don't understand why they're trying to remake or remaster a transit inspired map, and the direction, the story, and Kevin Drew pushing out this design, it's not good. And during this time, we just got the Season 1 trailer, and guess what's coming back? Mule Kick! Remember Mule Kick? Oh my god, guys, look, Mule Kick's coming back. We got survival maps, like, remember Diner from Transit? That's coming back. Look, 2 new Gobblegums, one which is a whimsical, which is useless, and one which you'll probably never use. And for the fact that they have to put this in their advertisement for new Gobblegums and enemies, like, no shit, I hope there's new enemies when I play a new map. What are you guys, creating a new map and just reusing the same enemies? What are you guys, creating a new map and just reusing the same enemies? What are you guys, creating a new map and just reusing the same enemies? What are you guys, creating a new map and just reusing the same enemies? Like, it's shameful how they advertise their games. If you're a Call of Duty fan and you're still wondering, why does Dougie hate Call of Duty Black Ops 7? Look at the advertisement. It's so bad. You can't get me excited about the same stuff. They're even advertising the same field upgrades and ammo mods, which we already had. Like, I'm going fucking crazy, man. It's the same thing over and over. It's insane. But with that being said and done, zombies as a whole, I do like change when it's done well. But this is not a good change. The HUD we are defaulted with looks like ass. How many people actually change the default HUD, I'm not too sure, but it's pretty annoying that you have to go out of your way to change the look of it. The map looks extremely big, and just because it's a big map doesn't mean it's a good map. And from the looks of it, I don't think Ashes of the Dam is a good map. It doesn't look fun, and if anything, it's just a quality of life update from Black Ops 6 Zombies. Some of you might be wondering, what do you mean from the looks of it? Well, that's because I haven't actually bought or played the game myself. I haven't played the game yet, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really plan on it. The amount of similarities to Black Ops 6 and the fact that I have to unlock everything over again, which I already did, like 8 to 9 months ago, I don't want to have to go through all that again. It just feels like a waste of my time. There's not enough change and appeal for me to buy another title, and especially for me, as a Canadian, it's $90. Another thing you need to unlock is perk augments, gun levels, equipment, and the new perk they added looks so boring. Remember back then in Infinite Warfare when they added Trailblazers, or in Black Ops 4 when they added PhD Slider as a nod to the fans for the fan-made perk, which was Banana Colada? That was awesome. Call of Duty has all these fan-made concepts they could go off of, or just make something original, since they are a company, that's what they're supposed to do. And don't get me wrong, I do like Kevin Drew, but do I think that he's a bad director for the Zombies game mode? No, I think he's just getting screwed over with this short life cycle and extremely small time frames to come up with a new map and make it feel polished or smooth, because he has Microsoft hovering over his back like a goddamn goblin. One last chapter to talk about for Call of Duty is the identity of the game. Now, I'm only creating this section because I just saw things online saying that Logan Paul is being introduced into Black Ops 7. I don't know if you also saw, but the Jake Paul trailer, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, holy shit, I'm actually getting a headache. Call of Duty released a statement last year or earlier this year when it talks about the identity of Call of Duty and how they're listening to the fans. They are going to really focus on making Call of Duty feel like how the franchise did back in the day, whatever that means. I don't really believe anything that this company says anymore, because everything that they're posting, everything they do, especially when it comes to, as I mentioned before, cosmetics, advertisement, it's just so out of touch and modernized. Something I've also mentioned within previous videos talking about Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 is the modern take that Call of Duty really tries to push for, and that is just what's killing the game. A lot of the Call of Duty audience doesn't care about modern because it doesn't fit within a franchise like Call of Duty. I'm not saying that they've done terrible takes when it comes to futuristic things like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, but just this modern aspect. It's killing me. It's killing a lot of fans. And if you look at the reviews when it comes on Steam, to console, to the player count, I'm sorry, but if you're a Call of Duty fan and you think Black Ops 7 is the best thing you've ever played, you're coping pretty hard. That being said, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. This video is meant to be a discussion video, so please keep it tame in the comments if you have anything you want to comment with the passion of your heart. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Catch you later.